Hello, it's Liz from Old Stables Craft. How are you this Saturday morning? Today I have new product for my Simple Stamping Saturday. If you caught my unscheduled live unboxing yesterday, you will already remember what I'm going to be using. But let me flip the camera down and give you a sneak peek. So this is a brand new online exclusive. It's just gone live for both customers and demonstrators. We weren't able to pre-order it, so it's very new. So it's Simply Sparkling and it's a bundle. Comes with lots and lots of dies. There is a die for every single image, plus there's extra bits for the ring pull and the base of the can. There's some bubbles here and there's a label die here. But everything else, apart from the swirl here, this and this, there's a die. There's even a die for the bubbles, but there is a standalone bubble die as well, which will be, that's going to be amazing in foil or vellum, something like that. So those are the dies, but obviously for simple stamping, we're not using them. Oh, I've just remembered what I haven't done on my final version. It's fine, I can add to them as we go along. Anywho, so the sentiments on this are, there are some that are really useful and some that are quite corny. So we've got best ever, birthday wishes, extra bubbly, I have no issue with. I have no issue with friend. I don't have issues with the rest, but they are rather punny. So you've got your soda lightful, always refreshing, slightly sour, not sure about that one generally, simply sparkling, pop and fizz-tastic. But it's a great stamp set. This is a separate stamp. So this is a standalone stamp and then the bubbles have been put there in the pack. I've got most of the stamps out, not all of them, but quite a lot of them. So let me show you the card that I'm going to make with you, and it is this with, let me grab the envelope, my coordinated envelope. So I've just stamped the fruit in a kind of diagonal with birthday wishes best ever, and then coloured them with the new set, although I think these are all in the old set, of the first assortment of watercolour pencils. And then on the envelope I've just stamped the lemon slice. So let me show you how I do that. I'm going to do the stamping for that, and then I'm going to show you the other two cards because I need to finish one of them off. So as I say, I've just realised I haven't. While the ink is drying so that it's well and truly dry when we go in to do our colouring. So, Memento ink pad, I'm going to start with my best ever stamp, and that's going to go down here in the bottom right hand corner, and it's one of those stamps that you can't really get not straight because it's not straight, so it doesn't really matter where you stamp it. So that's that. Then I'm going to come in with my birthday wishes, and that's going to come just out to the side here. That one I do want to get straight, so that's best ever. It's kind of like best ever birthday wishes. Then I'm going to start with my peach in the top here. So I'm going peach, strawberry, lemon, and I'm trying to give them some movement by not having them all at the same angle. And then finally my cherries will come in over the top of the best ever. So I'm going to leave that to dry and show you my two stepped up versions and finish the most stepped up version. So my first stepped up version is this. So I've used the dies to die cut the imagery. This I fussy cut. Birthday wishes is just stamped on the piece of white card. I've got a piece of basic black as a matte. Then this is from the Merry Bold and Bright paper pack. Please don't think of it as just being for Christmas because it's so much more than that. And then it's just on a thick white card base, and I popped some of the what do we call them, iridescent adhesive back discs in, because obviously they go with the paper because they're part of the same suite. So that's that one. Then the one that I haven't added the embellishment to yet is this one, where I've used the dies that die cut just the fruit and the leaves, and apart from the lemon, these leaves and the stalk obviously on the cherry actually tuck into the fruit, so they're part of the same piece. But I do need to add some of these, so let's do that now. I changed the colours slightly because for this and for the one that I'll be doing, it's Calypso Coral, Real Red, Daffodil Delight, Melon Mambo. For this I've got the Calypso Coral, Sweet Sorbet, Daffodil Delight and Cherry Cobbler. Oh, and I've just realised what else I haven't done. Never mind, it's fine. Don't worry, you won't spot it, I'm sure. So it's fine. So I'm just going to add some of these to my fruit, or to the sides of my fruit, just to have some more movement. There for that one, and then lastly for the cherries, tuck that one in there. So it just adds, as I say, a little bit more movement to the whole thing, and a bit of sparkle, which is never a bad thing. Oh, and I should say I heat embossed the sentiments, both of the sentiments, with the black embossing powder, which is from the Essentials embossing powder pack. Right, so I have got Calypso Coral, Real Red, Daffodil Delight, Melon Mambo and Old Olive. As I say, these are all from the first assortment of... Sorry, there's noise going on. Doesn't matter, it's my husband. They're from the first assortment of watercolour pencils. So I'm just adding some colour, and for shading there are two ways of doing it. You can actually bring in the black or the grey. What I like to do is just intensify the colour, so add more colour, and that just adds more depth rather than adding a shade, if that makes sense, she says, hopefully. I think you'll see it when I colour, or when I blend rather. So anywhere where you want shadow, so I'm going to have shadow here, I'm just going to add more pigment, which basically means just pressing harder. I'll have a bit of shadow there. Then Daffodil Delight. As I say, I like to leave the ink to dry just a bit before I come in with the watercolour pencils. It's fairly quick at drying, but you can end up smudging if you go in too quickly. So again, some shading by intensifying the amount of pigment, and this is, no, the wrong one, Melon Mambo. Now obviously I could have used the Cherry Cobbler from the second set, but I wanted to limit myself to just one set. So here I'm going to add more colour where the stalk is, and also down here. And then add colour, and I'm avoiding that shiny bit, that's where the light's hitting. We will add some colour to that, but not just yet. So again, this is going to be in shadow, so let's add some more colour, and there, and there, and then Old Olive for the leaves. Oh, and I do need to stamp on the envelope. Can't not stamp on the envelope for Simple Stamping Saturday. That's not allowed. Got to decorate it somehow. So the thing to remember with the online exclusives is that we don't actually know how long they will be available. So I highly recommend that if you see anything that you like, you don't hang around. Get it while you can, because yeah, otherwise it will be gone. Stamping on the envelope. Right, envelope. Flap of envelope. The number of times I've stamped upside down on the envelope, there are too many times to mention, frankly. And this I'm not colouring, I'm just going to leave it as a slice. It's just so there's a hint of what's coming on the inside. Just to spark a little bit of, oh, I wonder what that is. Right, okay, a little scrap of card. So I've got something to scribble on. I would like to start with a scribble. Now I'm going to start with the lemon. And there is logic about what I'm going to be doing. So this is the colour lifter. I've used this quite a few times on my Simple Stamping projects. But it's a lovely way of moving that pigment around without the fear of pilling the paper. The blending pens are great, but they can pill the paper. I'm not cleaning this, I'm going straight into my peach, because peaches do sometimes have that little yellow pop. So I've got that little yellow pop purely by not cleaning my colour lifter. And then into the shaded bit. And there. So we've got that little pop of yellow and a really good peach colour. Again, not cleaning, because I'm going from a pinky orange to a red, so no need to change, take the colour out. It's all good. This is the lazy person's way of doing this. I could even have started by doing the leaves before I then went on to the lemon, because that would work as well. I will do a little clean before I go into the cherries, because I'm doing that kind of pink cherry with the Melon Mambo rather than the deep red cherry. Like that, and then just with what's left on your nib, add that little highlight, and then just the old olive. And we will then be done. So it's that simple. But a really great little project. Possibly a little surprising, bearing in mind it's the drinks can. But there we go. So we've got our simple version. We have our first stepped up version. And our final stepped up version. So let's pop that there so you can see the lemon at the base. So there you are. Those are my 3 projects for this week, which I hope you have enjoyed. I think it's a really cute little set. I'm going to be using it quite a lot, I think. So yeah, have fun with that. Let me just flip the camera back up so I can say goodbye properly. Thank you very much indeed for joining me today. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I will be at a scrapbooking retreat. Easy for me to say, not, which we meet up about every 6 months, and it's just friends scrapbooking, and it's amazing. So that's what I'm up to this weekend. I know some people are going to the Onstage event, which is an onstage at home event. Sadly, I couldn't because I'd already booked to go scrapbooking. But if you're doing that, do enjoy that. That's for demonstrators. And otherwise, just have a fantastic weekend. I hope the weather is kind to you. And I look forward to seeing you again very soon. Bye for now.